and welcome to my podcast. My name is Sally, and I am Wooldiaries on Ravelry and on Instagram, and I have a group on Ravelry. Come join if you want. You don't have to. It's entirely up to you. So, yeah, I leave tomorrow to go to Texas. I am excited out of my skin to go. I have been preparing all the things. The boys, the husband. Yeah, I've been preparing all the things, and I've left some stuff to last minute, so I want to podcast today because I don't know when I'm going to podcast again, so I want to get one up today before I leave, so this is the first thing on the list to be done today. Yeah, today, tomorrow night at 9:15 I have to be on the plane. I have to be at the airport 2 hours before that, and the boys want to come with, so we're actually going to drive. We're not taking the car train, we're actually going to drive. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Sorry, my computer's doing all the things because it hasn't been turned on for a while, and I've got all these windows popping up all over the place. Right, they're all gone now. Hopefully that's it. So let's get on to what I've been doing. Well, not much really, because I've been preparing for Texas. That I didn't go yesterday, so now I need to go today. So I have one finished object, and it is the test note I did for Yarn Over New York Designs, and it is the Bloomington ear warmer, and there's a picture of it. It's beautiful. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to make that. Mine is finished. Mine has been put on, but I'm actually perspiring right now, so I'm not going to put it on. And let me just find you one where I didn't split the yarn. I used a single. Don't use a single for this pattern. Note to self, don't use a single when you're doing twisted stitches. Can you see it? And of course it blows out the colour because it's a nice deep dark red. Let me see. Can you see the pretty flower? Can you? It's gorgeous. And like I said, we don't really have sport weight in our country, so I used a DK single. I do have some left. It is the Nurturing Fibers Double Knit Singles 100% DK Merino, 50 grams, 103 meters, and it's in the claret colorway. And it's a nice dark, I want to say it really reminds me of wine red. Really reminds me of wine. But yes, it's beautiful, it's soft, it's squishy, it does fit. Oh, I will put it on. Okay, but I've got a pony in, so that's as far as it goes. Look a bit 80s there for you. Yes, love it, love it. No, nobody's having this one. It actually fits my small noggin. And I did the adult size, so I might have to be making some more of these. Maybe with a different stitch pattern in between. I will say that the twisted stitches and the sing, I think it was a combination of the twisted stitches, it being a single, so I had to be really careful not to split it the whole time, and I didn't succeed sometimes. You can see there, I didn't succeed. Sometimes I did split it. Yeah, and I don't know why I didn't magic loop it. I had it on a small circular, but it was still too big for the circumference, so I was fighting everything, and yes, my hands were killing me. It was my own fault. I should have put it on magic loop. I don't know why I didn't. If I'd magic looped it, it would have been 1,000 times better. I would have only had to be fighting with me not splitting the yarn. That's all I would, and that is actually quite easy if you not fighting everything. So yes, love it, love it, love it. I'm not too sure when the pattern's going to be released. Sorry, sucks. I know. I mean, bad podcaster. But anywho, love it. It's very, very quick. Because I was fighting with it so much, I did 10 rounds a day. Yeah, I was doing 10 rounds a day, but that was because I was fighting with it. But yes, very, very quick. And actually quite intuitive once you get going, even though the pattern is not a repeating pattern. Very, very nice. And that was hanging out in my Christmas present. The blow buller, the Springboks, and the boys make good pets. My children don't like that one. But yes, this one is coming with me overseas. I don't know what's going to be in it. Or maybe the badges will have to come with me overseas. Because I don't... you know, you all know me. One project. And it's not like I'm not going to be able to get stuff if I finish what I've got. Really? Why do I need to be... This is what I don't understand about knitters. Yes, I do understand if you're going to some remote place where there is no chance whatsoever of finding a yarn store and anything, and not having access to the interwebs. But like, I'm going to the States, people. I'm going to Texas, people. Just Google how many yarn shops are in the States. The chances of me not being able to get needles or a pattern or yarn are seriously slim. Seriously, seriously, seriously slim. So I'm taking maybe 2, but definitely 1 project only for the plain. And then I will get stuff when I'm there. I don't understand why I need to take... My problem is, and this is why I might take 2, might take 1. I've got to bring it back. Whatever I take, it's got to come back with me, which takes up space in my suitcase, which means less for me. Just super safe. And Texas and us are having the same weather. Hello, we are in summer and you all are in winter, and we're having the same weather. So basically, I don't need jerseys, I don't need cardigans, I don't need knitwear. So I have packed. I have packed. I need to go and unpack and repack again, which is perfect because it means I put some sweaters in there, but some of them can come out. I will keep 1 or 2. I mean, like last night I was wearing my Mama Vertebrae 2, the one I made out of cotton and alpaca, because it's not as hot as a wool one. So I might take that. That will definitely come with me. I actually said to my husband I was a bit dense not to have put that in my, because I wear that one all the time. I do. Even though it's all the colours under the rainbow, I still wear that one all the time. I grab that one out of my cupboard all the time. So let's get on to works in progress. I have no acquisitions, nothing new to show you, because I'm being a good girl. Okay, so the first thing, you saw this last week, but it has changed quite dramatically. And I know I'm in the middle of a row because I stopped it while I was doing homework last night. And not while I was doing homework, please. I'm finished school. While my kids were doing homework, I just sit upstairs to make sure that they actually do it and don't fight with each other for 4 hours. It doesn't take them that long. But so that they don't fight with each other, I just sit upstairs. And while I sit upstairs, I do my knitting. So I do know I stopped in the middle of a row. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I can waffle until I get to the end of the row. Right. Let the waffling begin. What am I doing? Am I knitting or am I purling? Because now I'm going backwards and forwards. No, I'm purling. People, don't leave your stuff in the middle of a row. So, let's see. What have I got to tell you? What's happening in South Africa at the moment? Sally Jane, Pinko Girl, has a sale on her patterns until the end of the month. And she has a knit-along going on called the Lovers in the Air knit-along, I think. I don't remember. Go check her group. In the South African group, we have the Technique along, which is colourwork. I think it's colourwork, or did I say Fairy? No, colourwork. I say colourwork. Any colourwork as long as it's not stripes. So what we were wanting to do there is make people try Intarsia or try Feral. I think that was my thinking behind that. I could, of course, be completely wrong. It has been known to happen a few times. I have no notes, people. I have no notes. Sport, I haven't actually been watching sport because I've been getting all the things ready. I know. I'm feeling it. I will say I'm feeling it. Oh, I did watch 2 rugby matches. I'm lying. I watched 2 rugby matches. I watched the Six Nations has started. England played. Who did we play first? Scotland, and we beat them. And then this weekend we played Italy, and it was England was like, right, let's all have a turn today to score a try. And it was basically, no, you've had a try, you can score it. Don't worry, just you go. No, go. No, please, I insist. Yeah, it was a bit of a walkover, which I felt quite sorry for because last weekend Italy gave France a really, really hard time. So I kind of felt sorry for Italy that England came along and just said, do you remember who you are? You are not a top tier rugby nation. We will clobber you. Oh, don't start another row. Almost. Okay, so I waffled a bit. So no sport. No, I have not been watching the pathetic cricket. So do not ask me. Yes. The Proteas are covering themselves in all sorts of glory and none of it is good. So, this is my, why am I sticking to the chair? My back is sticking to the chair. And my pattern is all in pieces because I'm such a dog. So am not ready for you people. Okay, so it is the Veronique by Julia Weisberger, and it is coconut. And I am going to her class on finishing. So I wanted to knit one of her patterns to wear because, I thought it was going to be cold. It's not cold. And I will say, I had to look something up yesterday. And if you look it up on her website, you understand why she does it this way. It's called the bias bind off. And if I get it right, it's going to look amazing. Absolutely amazing. You need to all go and check that out. So that's that. I am doing it out of the one-of-a-kind yarn that with the help from Sparky, of course. Yesterday. I'm sure even when I knit in white, you can still see the Sparky. One-of-a-kind yarn that Helena from Midnight Sheep overdyed for me because I had 2 different dye lots. And I don't know how to hold this up. Okay, so last week I had done the
back, not last week, the week before, I had done the back short row shaping section, I had done the sleeves, and I had just started the front short row shaping. So now I am way past that. Let me I just need to try and hold this up so you people can actually see. Okay, so oh, can you see the two different dialogues? I can see them, and it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't. It's actually more subtle in real life. You actually can hardly see it in real life. It's not as dramatic. And it doesn't actually bother me because it looks like a stripe. So, front done, joined. Wow! The rows were so long in the beginning when you joined the sleeves and the front and the back that knitting them would put me to sleep. I was literally, yeah. So I've started the neck, and I'm now starting the neck decreases and the ends, because all the pieces, yeah, me. I've started the neck shaping. So this is the project that I'm umming and ahhing whether I take or not, because I won't be finished by tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to be finished by tomorrow. But I don't know if I want to take it and then have to bring it back. So we'll see. I'll see. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. So that can now get actually very nicely back in the bag. Oh, and I don't mind the dialogue changes because yes, I was lazy and I didn't use two skeins. I didn't alternate, and in real life it doesn't look as bad. And when you do notice that it looks more like stripes, subtle stripes, than actual dialogue changes. So because of the way that you knitted it all in one piece. So the project that is definitely coming with me on the plane is hanging out. Oh, and that is hanging out in my Star Wars bag. My Episde Star Wars bag. By Magic Junie Sews from Texas. Yes. It's the lovely lady I'm going to go be staying with. Stay. Okay, and my next project is hanging out in another Sally Jane bag. It's in my the little knot bag that she made that I got for Christmas in our Advent, and I loves it. It's like my pocket sis. And in there, if you watch Sally Jane and her daughter Rachel, there was an issue with the socks that Rachel was knitting for herself, her birthday socks. They were too loose and therefore they were going to be too big. And Sally Jane said that she would knit them. And then she was saying one day, she doesn't know when she's going to be able to knit these for Rachel. So I said to her, well, then just send me the yarn and I'll knit them for her. So it's electric. I don't have the tag, so I don't know what it's called. But it's Electric Carnation. I do know that on her sparkle base. And I have done the toe and I have done some of the foots. It's not much, but some of the foots. So there's that. So yeah. Cool. I'm going to try for Rachel, because she's also got a high instep. I'm going to try for Rachel the double Increase gusset. I think that's what it's called. I know when you're doing a top toe up, it's you increase. And when you're doing it cuff down, you decrease. So I'm not quite sure what it's called. I've done it before for myself, but I don't have a high end step, so I didn't notice any different. But I've heard it's a very good one for high end step. If you want to know exactly what it's called, then you can PM me on Ravelry and I'll try and remember where I found it. I have it right here. The notes. Sorry. Double gusset on bottom, toe up pattern by Kerry. Kerry who? Doesn't help. Sorry, people. So, double gusset on bottom, toe up pattern. Okay, that's what I'm going to do for Rachel's footses. And I didn't think she had small feet. I do not know why. I just automatically think little people have little footses. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. But it's okay. This is coming on the plane with me. I need to change the needles. These chow-goos are very sharp. But not just that, is I don't want them to get confiscated. So, you know, I know you're all saying to me, it's fine. You can fly with your knitting. I'm not taking a chance. Because I'd be very demurring if my needles get taken away. My chow-goos. Very annoyed. So let me see. I think I've actually spoken about everything and waffled enough about everything. Yes, if you're coming to the I can never remember how to say it. Please hold. Your call will be answered momentarily. I am just checking on my iPad. Hill Country Weavers Knitting Retreat. It's called the 2016 Knitting in the Hills Retreat. So if you're coming, don't forget to come and say how's it, eh? How's it, Dixie? So at a whacking whole 23 minutes, I would like to say totsiens. And remember, if you want to see progress, knit on one thing at a time.